The narcissist is going crazy wondering how you found out the truth. Hello there. Have you ever had that moment of profound clarity? That jaw-dropping, heart-stopping realization when the whole tangled web of lies and manipulation finally unraveled? The moment you realized that the person you loved, the person you trusted, wasn't who they pretended to be. It's a moment of liberation, but it's also terrifying. It's the moment you found the truth, and in that same moment, a psychological firestorm ignited inside the narcissist. They were operating on the assumption that you were, and always would be, in the dark. They had built their entire relationship on a foundation of lies, a fragile facade that you were meant to believe without question. They used gaslighting to make you doubt your own sanity, and they created a narrative where they were the hero and you were the one with all the problems. Their world was perfectly in order, as long as you remained in the dark. But then, you found out. You saw the truth. Maybe you uncovered a lie, caught them in a contradiction, or simply connected all the dots after a long period of reflection. For you, it was a breakthrough. For them, it was a catastrophic failure. They are now experiencing a level of psychological turmoil that is almost incomprehensible to a healthy mind. They're not just upset, they're in a full-blown panic. Their reality has been shattered, their power has been neutralized, and their greatest fear, exposure, is now a tangible threat. In this deep and enlightening discussion, we are going to explore exactly what the narcissist is going crazy, wondering when they realize you found out the truth. We'll uncover their secret internal panic, the frantic psychological scramble they're undertaking, and the intense fear and rage that is now consuming them. Understanding this isn't about gloating. It's about gaining a powerful form of enlightenment. It's about knowing that your strength in discovering the truth is a seismic event that has rocked their entire world, and that knowledge is your greatest tool for ensuring you never fall for their games again. Let's dive in. Welcome back, you brave, truth-seeking soul. If you've been on the receiving end of a narcissist's silent treatment or their desperate attempts to regain control after your aha moment, you know how unsettling it can be. But once you understand what's happening inside their head, their behavior loses all its power. So, let's get into the heart of their panic. Please remember to hit that like button if this resonates with you. Share this video with someone who might be struggling, and subscribe to our channel to become part of our community. Your support means the world. Let's begin with the very first thing they experience: the initial shock and disbelief that their lies are exposed. The narcissist's entire existence is built on a carefully constructed reality, where their lies are believed as truth. They've spent countless hours meticulously crafting their persona, rehearsing their stories, and creating a false narrative that serves their needs. They are convinced that they are a master manipulator, that their lies are foolproof, and that no one, especially not you, could ever be smart enough to see through them. So, when you confront them with the truth, their first and most powerful reaction is one of utter shock and disbelief. They simply cannot comprehend that their elaborate scheme has failed. From a psychological perspective, this is a moment of profound cognitive dissonance. Their belief that they are an omnipotent, flawless manipulator is now in direct conflict with the reality that you've uncovered their lies. This conflict creates an unbearable internal tension, a psychological short circuit that they are pathologically unable to handle. They will often react with a blank stare, a confused silence, or a weak, unconvincing denial. This isn't because they're caught off guard, it's because their internal world is momentarily collapsing. They're not thinking, "Oh no, I've been caught." They're thinking, "How is this possible? My reality is shattering. This can't be happening." This initial reaction is your first proof that you have succeeded in something they thought was impossible. It's the moment their control begins to slip. 2. The frantic panic of who told them. Once the initial shock subsides, the narcissist mind goes into a state of frantic paranoia. They immediately begin to obsess over a single terrifying question: who told them? They will spend countless hours, sleepless nights, and endless mental energy trying to figure out where you got your information. They will not for a second believe that you were smart enough, intuitive enough, or strong enough to figure it out on your own. This is a fundamental aspect of their pathology. From a psychological standpoint, a narcissist worldview is black and white. They believe they are the all-powerful center of their universe. and you are a lesser being. Therefore, the only logical explanation for your discovery is that someone else, a third party, must have interfered. They're in a full-blown panic, wondering if one of their flying monkeys has turned against them, if a new supply has a connection to you, or if their meticulously built network of lies is beginning to unravel. This paranoia is so intense that they will often go on a covert witch hunt, interrogating their friends, accusing people, and trying to find the traitor. This frantic search for an external cause is a form of self-preservation. It allows them to avoid the unbearable truth that their own lies and reckless behavior led to their exposure. They're not just upset that you know the truth, they're terrified of who else might know and who might have been the one to expose them. 3. The scramble to control the narrative and preemptively smear you. Once the panic sets in, the narcissist's next plan of attack is to immediately launch a full-scale offensive to control the narrative. They will not sit back and let the truth be told. Their survival depends on them being seen as perfect, so their first order of business is to make sure your story is dismissed as a lie. They will engage in a frantic smear campaign, often before you even have a chance to speak. They will go to your mutual friends, your family members, their flying monkeys, and anyone else who might listen, and they will tell a distorted, fictionalized version of events. They will paint you as crazy, unstable, jealous, or vindictive. They will say that you're making up stories because you can't handle the breakup. This isn't a random act of spite. It's a cold, calculated strategy. They are trying to preemptively poison the well. Psychologically, they are building a wall of defense, ensuring that if you ever speak your truth, it will be heard through a filter of their carefully crafted lies. They are trying to invalidate your experience before you even have a chance to share it. This scramble to control the narrative is a clear sign that they are terrified of your truth and that they are in a desperate last-ditch effort to preserve their false self. 4. The fear of exposure to their public and new supply. The narcissist's greatest fear is public humiliation. They've spent their entire lives curating a specific image, a charming friend, a doting family member, a successful professional. This public persona is everything to them. It's their source of supply and the foundation of their identity. So when they realize you've found out the truth, their mind immediately goes to the terrifying thought of what happens if the truth gets out to their public. They are filled with a paralyzing fear that you will tell their friends, their family, or most importantly, their new supply. They are terrified that their new partner will see them for who they truly are and leave them, creating a new narcissistic wound and a fresh supply deficit. They are in a state of constant anxiety, wondering if your next move is to expose them. This is why their hoovering attempts or their smear campaigns often become more desperate and more aggressive. They are not just trying to win you back, they are trying to silence you. Your knowledge is a weapon, and they are terrified of you wielding it. Their frantic attempts to discredit you and control the narrative are a direct result of their fear of exposure and their pathological need to protect their perfect but fake public image. 5. The questioning of their own omnipotence and superiority. A narcissist's sense of self is built on a foundation of grandiosity and omnipotence. They believe they are smarter, more clever, and more powerful than everyone else. This belief in their superiority is a core tenet of their personality disorder. So when they realize you've found out the truth, their internal world experiences a catastrophic blow. It makes them question the one thing they cannot live without, their own perceived greatness. Psychologically, your discovery of the truth is a severe narcissistic injury. It's not just a rejection, it's a profound failure on their part. It means their manipulation wasn't perfect, their lies were not foolproof, and their supposed superiority was an illusion. This realization is unbearable for them. Their mind is now grappling with the terrifying question, how could I have failed? Am I not as smart as I thought I was? This self-doubt is so painful that they will immediately project it onto you, lashing out with intense rage and vitriol. They will try to make you feel as small and as insignificant as they secretly feel in that moment. Their intense rage is a smokescreen, a desperate attempt to avoid the unbearable shame of their own failure. They are going crazy wondering how they failed, and they will do anything to avoid admitting that their perfect plan had a fatal flaw. 6. The unbearable shame they can't admit, which turns to rage. The most powerful and painful emotion a narcissist can experience is shame. It's the feeling of being fundamentally flawed, inadequate, and unlovable. They have spent their entire lives running from this feeling, burying it deep beneath layers of grandiosity and a fabricated persona. So, when you find out the truth, you are not just exposing their lies, you are exposing their shame. You have found the very thing they have been running from their entire lives. But a narcissist cannot and will not ever admit to feeling shame. Their ego is too fragile to handle it. So, what happens instead? They project it onto you. The unbearable shame they are feeling becomes a potent, explosive rage. They will lash out at you with a fury that seems disproportionate to the situation. They will hurl insults, threats, and accusations. This isn't because they are angry at you for what you did. It's because they are angry at you for exposing their shame. They are angry that you have made them feel the very thing they cannot stand. This rage is a desperate, defensive maneuver. It's a way for them to transfer their internal pain onto you, to make you feel the shame they cannot bear to feel themselves. They are going crazy because they are being forced to confront a feeling they have pathologically avoided, and their only way to cope is to project it back onto you with a vengeance. 7. The frantic analysis of your weaknesses to regain control. Once the dust of the initial rage settles, the narcissist's mind becomes a cold, calculating machine. They are now in a frantic analytical phase, trying to figure out how they can regain control of the situation. Their mind is now obsessively thinking, what are their weaknesses? How can I get them back under my thumb? They are not thinking of you as a person. They are thinking of you as a puzzle to be solved, a lock to be picked. From a psychological perspective, they are looking for your emotional triggers. They are thinking, are they still lonely? Are they still insecure about their career? Can I make them feel guilty about our shared history? They are meticulously analyzing your emotional landscape, looking for the very things they can use to hoover you back into their world. They might send a text on your birthday to see if you respond. They might show up at a place you frequent. They might use a flying monkey to deliver a message of false remorse. This behavior is a direct result of their need for control. They are trying to find the one weakness that will allow them to override your newfound strength and your knowledge of the truth. They are going crazy because they have lost control, and their mind is working overtime to find a way to get it back. 8. The preparation of a more potent and convincing hoover. When the narcissist realizes that their standard hoovering tactics, the simple, "Hey, I miss you" text, are not going to work, they will begin to prepare a more potent and convincing one. They know that your knowledge of the truth requires a more sophisticated, more deceptive hoovering strategy. They are now thinking, what do I need to say or do to make them believe me this time? This is where they get truly dangerous. From a psychological standpoint, they are planning a new campaign of deception that is specifically designed to bypass your newfound awareness. They might future fake you with grand, elaborate promises of a perfect life together. They might deliver a deeply convincing, but completely fake apology that hits all the right emotional notes. They might even claim to have been to therapy and that they've changed. This is not about genuine change. It's a performance. They are using your knowledge of the truth against you. They are essentially saying, I know you think I'm a narcissist, but I've changed, so you don't need to be afraid anymore. This is their most insidious tactic, because it preys on your human desire for a happy ending and your natural capacity for forgiveness. They are going crazy wondering what they need to do to get you to re-engage, and they will use every manipulative tool at their disposal, no matter how deceptive, to get you to believe their lies one last time. 9. The unbearable envy of your clarity and peace. A narcissist's mind is a swamp of toxic envy. They are pathologically unable to feel genuine happiness for anyone else, especially for someone they once controlled. So when they realize that you have found the truth and are now living with a new sense of clarity, peace, and freedom, they are consumed by a toxic, burning envy. From a psychological perspective, they see your newfound clarity not as a sign of your strength, but as a resource you have, and they don't. They see your peace as a threat to their own chaos. They are thinking, how did they get that? Why are they so calm now? Why are they so happy without me? This envy is so powerful that they will often try to destroy your peace. They will create drama, send a smear campaign, or try to get you to react, all in a desperate attempt to pull you back into their chaos and take away the very thing they are jealous of. Your peace is the living, breathing proof that you have a source of happiness that is not them, and that is an unbearable reality for them to face. They are going crazy with envy because you possess a freedom they can never have. 10. The unforgivable crime of exposing their secret. At the very core of all their panic, their rage, their planning, and their envy is a central thought they are grappling with. You have exposed their secret. You have seen through their carefully crafted illusion, and for them this is the most unforgivable crime you could have ever committed. Their mind is secretly screaming, "How dare they? How dare they expose me? How dare they see me for who I truly am?" They believe that the greatest sin you could commit is to not only see their true empty self, but also to acknowledge it and walk away from it. This is a profound narcissistic injury, and it will be a wound that they will never forget. They will never forgive you for this, because by exposing them, you have made them feel the very shame they have pathologically avoided. They will carry a deep-seated grudge against you for this, and they will hold on to the hope that one day they can get their revenge, that one day they can make you feel as small and as insignificant as they felt in that moment. They are going crazy because you have done the one thing they could never allow. You have revealed their truth, and you have chosen your own. So what does this all mean for you? When you realize the truth about the narcissist, you are not just having a moment of clarity. You are fundamentally disrupting their psychological reality. Their panic, their rage, their smear campaigns, and their hoovering attempts are all a testament to the power of your truth. They are going crazy, not because they miss you, but because they have lost control of you. Your knowledge is your greatest tool. It allows you to see their frantic behavior for what it is, a desperate attempt to regain control. By understanding their internal panic, you can calmly and confidently remain in no contact, knowing that every day you stay away from their chaos is a day that you are winning this battle. Your peace, your healing, and your unwavering commitment to the truth are the ultimate victory, and that is a reality that will forever haunt them. Thank you for joining me on this profound journey of enlightenment. If this video has helped you to better understand your experience, please consider sharing it with someone who might be struggling to find their own truth. Your support helps us to reach and empower more people. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more guidance on your path to recovery. Until next time, stay strong, stay aware, and keep choosing your peace.